Well, hello again, everybody. Today I looked into the settings a little bit more, Googled some stuff about the new camera that I got, this GoPro Hero 5. Apparently it's not very effective for macro stuff, and the only macro lens attachments that I have seen so far have really crappy reviews about them, literally just falling apart and things like that. So I'm gonna have to look into it a little bit more so I can get some better quality on the coins and bullion and stuff that I want to show you guys. But I'm excited about it still, so I still wanted to make a couple of more videos. Today, obviously, by the title, you've already noticed that this one is going to be about my shipwreck coins that I have so far. All of mine are NGC certified. I have this thing with authenticity on older things like that, especially with the sheer number of fake and replica Atocha pieces that are out there. It really worries me that some of the other ones also could have the same issue, especially if they're popular or whatever. But anyway, we're going to start off with essentially the cheapest one that I have. It's not even a precious metal, but it's a great first one for somebody to buy. Very affordable. Tons of them available on eBay. Apparently tons of these were recovered from the Admiral Gardner Shipwreck. It is East India 10 cash coin. As you can see, it's fairly plain. Like I said, they're not very expensive at all to pick these up. I think I paid like 20 or 30 bucks, somewhere around there, for this one. It is a cool one though to have, just because I like any and all shipwreck effects. I'm actually considering starting to collect even more than just shipwreck coins, like not necessarily bottles, but just about anything. I've been shopping around for probably like a year now or so, taking a look at different things that are available out there, and some of the stuff is really pretty cool, but some of it is also very, very, very expensive. And as much as a lot of people seem to think I'm hugely wealthy or something, I'm really not. I don't make a lot of money, and yeah, I have a decent life, but I'm definitely not a rich guy. I'm trying to be, working at it one of these days. Anyway, the next one is one that many people have. It is from the Gairsoppa wreck. This is actually kind of cool because the mint in Britain, the Royal Mint, I couldn't think of the name for a second there. Anyway, they took some of the Gairsoppa silver and made these little 50p silver quarter-ounce coins out of it. I thought that was a really cool idea. These you can pick up very cheap unslabbed, but slabbed ones, the last time I looked it up, there really weren't that many out there that had even been slabbed. The population was really low on these. This one is 2013. I think they also made some in 2014. I'm not sure of the mintage numbers on each, but I just thought it was a cool one to have. I did have a couple of raw ones that I sold off pretty much as soon as I got this one. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it has some lettering on the edge reading. It's kind of cool, Anyway, that's a pretty neat one as well. This one, I shopped for one from this shipwreck for, God, probably at least close to 2 years. The great majority of these ones that you'll find are hundreds of dollars, and there's even some thousands of dollars. There was a lot of cool coins. It's from the SS New York, and this one just happens to be a cap and raise Mexican 8 reals, which is really cool. I know those are popular themselves, but to have one from this shipwreck also is a pretty cool combination in my opinion. Very neat looking coin. It's got some weird coloring on it, I guess, you know, from being underwater for however long, but it's really in pretty nice shape considering. And like I said, I looked and looked for at least a year or two trying to find one that I can afford, and I managed to get this one pretty cheap if I remember right. I don't remember the exact amount that I paid for it, but it was an auction and it really didn't have very much action on it. I was very surprised. At the end I won it for, you know, just a few dollars over what the max bid was, and you know how that goes on auctions. Typically they jump a whole lot at the very end, but this is one of my favorite ones. It's say top 3, and my second favorite is actually a set that many of you know that I have, and that's what we're gonna show you next. I managed to put together a complete set from the El Cazador, from half real, 1 real, 2 real, 4 real, and 8 reals. I've talked about it a lot on the group, and honestly, if you want to try to put together a set of these, get the 4 reals first. That one was very limited numbers on the shipwreck, and because of that, they don't come up very often. When they do come up, most of them are heavily damaged, as in missing chunks of the coin or whatever, and even still they go for a pretty penny because, like I said, that's the hardest one to find. The one that I'll show you here in a little bit, I paid a ton of money for because it was the last one I needed for my set, and it's actually a complete coin. It does have a little bit of damage, but we'll get to it. Anyway, here's the half real one. Also, by the way, I have a little bit of OCD tendencies on certain things, and putting together a set, I wanted to make sure that they were all the same year, the same mint, the same assay office, and yeah, it was kind of tough. As I went along, putting the set together itself wasn't terribly difficult, but as time went on with this one especially, I kept finding better looking ones, and I wanted my set to have a really nice eye appeal to it. So what ended up happening was, of course, you know, I'd find a nicer looking one, I'd buy that one, and I did have a few giveaways actually for my quote leftover ones, and then I sold a couple of them too. All of my giveaways and stuff are done on Reddit in the Silverbugs group, so if you're not a part of it, please join. You'll have a blast. It's a great community overall. We do a lot of random things on there. There's a lot of contests. There's a lot of giveaways. More and more people are participating on both sides now. We're up to, I think, just over 14,000 members there. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of activity, a lot of discussion. I think, honestly, out of all the message boards or groups or even Facebook groups, whatever, this is the one I enjoy the most, is Reddit/r/Silverbugs, or just type in Silverbugs in Google and I'm sure it's the first one that comes up, or if not, it's pretty damn close. Here is the 1 real version from my set. Again, 1783 MOFF, all Mexican reals, all from the El Cazador shipwreck. I love the way that some of these things look. It's so hard with this not having the macro version to get you guys the details and stuff, but I'm trying to move them around a little bit, show you how nice they look. The focus isn't that great when you get up close, but man, these are really this set, honestly, to me, is practically priceless. A number of people have expressed interest in buying it from me over the past few years since I completed it, and with me, man, everything has a price, but nobody's wanted to pony up a decent amount as of yet. And like I said, it was very difficult to put together with this good of an eye appeal. There's tons of them out there. You can get great deals on a lot of these shipwreck coins from the El Cazador, but to put together a set of the same year mint and a assayer and also have the eye appeal these do, all NGC slabbed, like, to me, I've always told everybody, hey, $2,500, you know, and I'll take it. And it may seem a little bit outrageous, but the time and the number of coins that I went through to put this together doesn't seem that outrageous to me. Plus, I'll tell you what I paid for the 4 real one when we get to it. Here's the 2 real one. And, yeah, like the others, you know, I mean, they're all very nice specimens in my opinion. They all look nice, especially for what, being underwater for I think 400 or so years. I mean, these things really, they pop. The ones that I ended up getting and finishing this set with, I'm very pleased with. Very pleased. Now we'll get to this one. This is the 4 real one. You can see on this one, on the upper right, there's like a mark where another coin like overlapped it and protected it from some of the corrosion marks that you see on the left side of it. But still, like I said, to find a 4 real from the El Cazador NGC slabbed that it doesn't have big chunks taken out of it or whatever, yeah, man, this is ultra rare. And this auction, I don't know who was bidding against me, but I know they had to have been pissed at the end. I didn't bid on it initially. I just stuck it in my watch list and sat there and watched the thing, and I swear, man, through the entire week this thing stayed at like 70, 80 bucks or so, somewhere like that. And I had already decided at the beginning that I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get this one. Like, this was the one for this set. This is the best one that I have ever seen any example of. You know, like I said, it's solid. The majority of them have chunks of them missing, or it's literally like 3/4 of a coin left, or the eye appeal isn't so great, it's crusty and nasty. This one was special to me. So anyway, at the very end, with, you know, 2-3 seconds left or whatever, I went balls to the wall and I put in a max bid of something like $680 or something like that, just to make sure I got it. And it jumped from, I think it was $88 to almost $500. So the other person was willing to step it up as well. And yeah, I won it. And some people will say, oh my God, you're crazy, you overpaid like nuts. But this is the set that likely I'll never sell. I did offer it to somebody recently, I think for $2,000, because I needed some quick cash, and he expressed some interest in it, but he passed, and I'm kind of thankful that he did, because now there's no way in hell I would take $2,000 for it. Here is the biggest one, the 8 real. This one, I have seen some better ones, but overall this one fits in with the set, in my opinion, better than a lot of the other ones that I've seen that are nicer. Plus those, you know, I've seen some of these sell for up to $800, $1,000 or so, and with as much money as I've already got into this set, and how this one kind of fits in with the others pretty well, in my opinion. You know, I have a special case that holds all 5 of them and has a little card that tells about the El Cazador Shipwreck and all that stuff. every time I've opened this up and shown it to anybody in person, they're just like in total awe. I mean, I love to see the reactions when they see these coins. I've shown them to maybe 5 or 6 people that have been close friends of mine, or you know, girls that I've dated or whatever, things like that. And yeah, I know you're not supposed to tell anybody, blah blah blah, but I'm probably not a very hard person to find. Honestly, I'm not scared. I don't want to go back to prison, but I will if I have to. So, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, that's my El Cazador complete collection of the same year, mint, and assayer of all the Mexican reals that were on it. Now this last one, this to me, I don't even know where to begin as far as putting a value on something like this. It's a 8 real Mexican coin from the Tortugas shipwreck, and I got this through a friend on Reddit that actually worked for Odyssey, you know, the company that recovers all this stuff. In looking more into it, I realized that there was literally only about 1,000 or so, or just over 1,000 of these recovered from the Tortuga shipwreck. I've owned this one, I think now for about 3 years or so. And ever since I got it, I've been really curious, and I've followed eBay and I've Googled it. I've spent hours upon hours, probably literally a couple of days worth of hours, researching and trying to find any kind of sales records for these on any kind of auction site or anything. And the only thing that I found was there was a set sold by HSN, the wonderful home shopping that we all hate, and it was some sort of shipwreck set that they put together. I think there were 50 or 100 sets of them made or something like that. And they were asking, you know, thousands of dollars for it or whatever, or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but, you know, I've often been curious and tempted to put this sucker on eBay with just some stupid reserve that I know is not going to get met, you know, like $5,000 or something, and start to bid at $1 and just see what happens, because I'm really curious at like what the true value is of this thing, considering just over 1,000 of them were recovered, and I've never seen any for sale that are NGC certified in a few years, you know, at least that I've owned it. Holy shit, the camera went crazy. And I've also never heard anybody else talk about owning one, or I mean anything. Every time I post pictures of this thing on Reddit or bring it up, people are pretty amazed. Like I said, there's just not that much information out there on these. If any of you watching has a link or, you know, auction brochure or something with some completed sales numbers, or you know anything about them other than that HSN set, please let me know. Get at me. I'm really curious about the value of this one. To me, it's pretty priceless, but like I said, everything I own has a price. Nothing is not for sale, to be honest with you. There's people out there that are willing to spend pretty much life-changing money to me on things, and you know, all it takes is for you to have one item that somebody really desires, and you know, you never know what somebody will pay for something. So anyway, I'll try to lay all these out real quick just to see if I can get them all in one decent little shot for everybody. I don't have any kind of plan or organization or anything going on here, but I just wanted to make another quick video, try to play with this thing a little bit more. I'm gonna be doing more as time goes on, and today's was trying to show you the shipwreck one. Sorry about that glare. I have to figure out a better setup for all this stuff. But anyway, those are literally all of my NGC slab shipwreck coins. I think the next video I'll make will be either some Chinese oddities, not my pandas, or maybe the chop mark collection I have, or I don't know. I got a lot. I got some random stuff. So anyway, if you'd like to see either, you know, Chinese unicorns and other Chinese proofs, let me know. If you'd rather see the chop marked ones and gin counter stamped and things like that next, let me know. Just speak up if you know that I have something that you want to see. I'll do my best to take the time and make a video for everybody. I don't mind doing it at all, and I actually am starting to enjoy this a lot more than I thought I would. So anyway, like I've said on all the other ones, I want to try to end each and every one with a reminder to everybody to please just do just one random act of kindness every day for somebody else, whether it be a friend, family, stranger. It doesn't matter, and it honestly doesn't take any money. You do not have to spend money. The absolute best gifts that you can give anybody in this world cost nothing. Okay? Literally, everybody seems to think that I'm crazy whenever I say that, but for me, it's the truth, and I've proven it numerous times. Love is free, hugs are free, kisses are free, holding the door open for somebody is free, letting somebody pull out in front of you is free, letting somebody merge over is free. Just one simple random act of kindness every day, and the world would be such a much better place if we all made sure just to do that. So peace, love, and happiness to all of you, and I'll see you next time. It probably won't be very long since I'm liking doing this.